Yo, 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 what's up, motherfuckers?
I said, what's up, motherfucker?
Well, see, I have a little bit better things to do. I don't hear some weird details about some crime. I mean, I keep hearing about this is the first time I know so much about the crime. And no, man, I didn't hear what any of that shit was said before that. But I'm gonna just be real with you. I think I already pretty much got a good idea about 78% of fucking crime. But that's just me. But we ain't here to talk about fucking Delphi because I don't talk about Delphi until I feel like talking about Delphi. So, yes, I have no idea who's here. I'll post a link and stuff if anybody want to come up here. Except Mustang, she didn't want to come up here. I gave her a chance to come up here before. No more chances for you, Mom. No more. But somebody come to take over. Sugar. Oh no, oh no, overload. Plot, protection. Where the fuck is my Nicole at? Where my baby? Don't even put rules up and shit for your chat if you gonna be a little bitch ass motherfucker ban somebody or hide somebody or put them in timeout. Man, you're gonna wish I put you in timeout when I'm done the next time. Round two is coming proud. I made you cry a couple tears the first time. Let's see how many you cry this time. And I have no good reason to do so. I feel like it is what it is.
How's everybody done that?
I don't know. I might happen to can at some point. Maybe. I don't know. I look my age. Yeah, I look about my age. Everybody, you're like, oh, Chaz, motherfucker. I am damn near 50 years old. I think I look 50 fucking years old, too. But fuck it. Because no matter what, I got to be on camera tomorrow night because I got to be at Diana's house. Yeah, I'm going to have a little sleepover. No. I got to go to Diana's house. And I got to hop on the airplane. Got airplane. And I know all these motherfucking trolls are like, Chaz, you ain't never going anywhere, dog. I got the ticket, dog. You saw how much I paid for that ticket, you know. And it's not refundable. Fuck that. Nah, I'm not using that shit. What? Man, what is it? All trolls in here or something? Don't worry, guys. If you're trolls, I don't know. Get better at the trolling, man. Seriously, do I gotta train you on shit? Uh, I'm not gonna go off on anybody, so don't worry. I'm having a good one. I have to say bye to a bunch of my friends before my trip and stuff because I'm gonna miss them all. Latin team and shit like that. I don't care what you say. It's like my fucking chicken family dog. I love them motherfuckers. That's why it's so nice and safe and secure in fucking Florida, guys. No, you saw that. I mean, I don't even ask these motherfuckers for backup. They're just all over the fucking place. Shit. The few times I've seen somebody fuck with me, ooh lord, they took they took offense to that shit. But basically, I just had to tell them all, look, motherfuckers, I ain't gonna be back here for a long ass time. So what I need y'all to do is promise me, motherfuckers, that all y'all gonna be okay and shit when I come back. Because I don't expect to see all y'all bitches looking fucking healthy and healthy and fine. I've been lost too many friends just even recently, let alone shit. I mean, I lost like 3 or 4 of them just in the last like 2 months. So that's some bullshit, yo. But, it is what it is. You live by the sword, you die by the sword, yo. That's why I call everybody church kids, man. Y'all don't fucking know what it's like. I mean, I'm not gonna say everybody, but majority, man, y'all don't know the shit we have to go through, man, just to live day by day by day. It's some hell. That's why when everybody gets upset over people on the internet and shit. I'm just like, really? What they gonna do? Type really loudly at you? Oh, post your rap shots? Motherfucker, I gave that shit to you. How dumb you sound. Oh, let's get, yeah, I get a little bit more of a haircut. I gotta put in. Boy, yeah, nobody wants to come up here and talk. But yeah, we got a special shit coming up on this channel. Well, it's probably gonna be on multiple channels, mind you. We got Nicole, we got me, we got Diana. Um, I don't know. I'll see if they want to invite Shabby, I guess, because it's not nice to not invite Shabby, even though he's probably still being in here. Because I forgot to unban him again. Don't worry, dog. I'll make Diana unban you tomorrow. I promise. As long as as long as I don't have to do it, because it's a pain in the ass to remember how to unban people. Seriously. But we have a special debuting guest. I'm not sure what they're doing this on, but it's going to be awesome. What I will tell you is it's a male. So we're going to have 2 females on here. We're going to have 2 males, maybe 3. I gotta see if everybody wants to have Shabby here or not. And as long as they is okay with it, sure, Shabby can come through. But she's all like, I don't need you guys because I'm awesome and blah, blah, blah. It's got nothing to do with it. Watch my channel and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, whatever, Shabby. But, yes, I finally heard somebody's voice I hadn't heard before. Once again, I'm not going to tell you who it is. It's a surprise. But, I was like, oh, he sounds adorable. Yeah, you got to be on the line. No, you had no choice. You must come up there and talk with us. I'm one of those weirdos that makes everybody fucking do become creators and stuff. But basically, you guys, we have this mess. Yeah, for one, y'all, at this point, I know what day it is. I know it's the anniversary and everything else, but you know what? I'm not doing Belfort until something actually interesting occurs or something. And it is what it is. And I guess I could be watching the weird tradition thing and everything else, but no thanks. I didn't watch it the first time. I probably won't watch it the second time and all this other shit. I am in a mischievous attitude mood tonight, so because the problem with me and confessions is the second I hear them, the second I'm gonna start tearing into them and bit by bit, fucking seeing what's real and what's not and all this other crap. And I love my girls day too much to go up like that at the moment. But plus, Reese's Pieces is cool with me. That's his nickname. Is Reese's Pieces, by the way, or Venom. I like Venom better. But he don't, y'all, he don't even know who Venom is. How you gonna go to prison for so long you don't know who Venom is? Get that man. I'm assuming some comic books in fucking prison. All Venom. I find it hilarious. They time me out and then act like, and then tell me thank you and shit. I'm like, excuse me, motherfucker. Who that thing? Who that? Who that? What's up, Heavy? It's so good to see you. Yeah, you know me, dude. I didn't even go either of them things, man. I'm like, nah, man. I hopped in there for like a minute after I knew all that shit was done and said and all that, and they tied my ass out. I'm like, that's a smart move, motherfucker, because next time I'm coming for your tears, prop. I need some lube to jerk off with, bro. The best lube out here is your fucking tears. That's what I'm coming for. Again, bitch. I hope you're feeling better, home slice. Me, girl, you don't have to tell me anything weird like that. That's one thing I will always be is when you my people. I'm loyal to my motherfuckers. I mean, this two-faced shit, doing all this bullshit and all this other crap. Nah, man. I'll go to war for motherfuckers. I know. I was stuck in the, Vino and shit. Ah, I did send you an email and stuff. Hopefully, I mean, I was trying to make you feel better and shit like that. You know, and I explained the whole thing, and I know it, which might get me in trouble for saying that out loud now. But oh well, fucking, I'm always in trouble. So I mean, y'all are like expendable. Y'all always be expendable and shit to them and stuff. And I'm like, nah, these a bad taste in my mouth. Because I don't care if a whole army's fucking coming after my ass, man. I'm the idiot who will tell everybody to go fucking, take cover and this, that, and the other while I take all the attacks and all this other shit. I don't give a fuck. And there ain't no loyalty in this bitch anymore, man. No, I know you. I know. Trust me. I mean, I make jokes and say things like, "Oh, I got spies all over the place," and this and the other. I mean, it's not true. I guess it is a little bit true or whatever. But you know, the people I talk to, they know damn well how genuine and shit I am, so they don't mind, filling me in on the important details and stuff because I'm usually the first one no, it pisses me off honestly, and heavy. The time will come soon, my friend. Trust me, I'm gonna make sure your ass is there seeing it too. And I hope everybody's watching, including Cosmo from wherever the fuck she is. Because I tell you what, man, if he thought it was bad to get into the one-on-one with me a long ass time ago when he invited the troll farm into the town, bad step, motherfucker. Don't impose by the troll farm and think you're gonna keep us out. But the next time, it's gonna make that time look like couch play. And I know I wanted to be peaceful. You weren't around to see it or whatever, but they attacked a friend of mine in my own damn chat after saying they was gonna have peace and certain individuals with him and whatnot were like, "Oh, Charles, you're only doing that because she's a girl." I'm like, "Nah, bro. Y'all jump Dino, I'm gonna beat your ass. You jump Shabby, I'm gonna beat your ass." That's what's wrong with y'all motherfuckers today. It's literally the fact that y'all, for one, you got no motherfucking loyalty. Okay. For two, it don't matter if they male or female or young or old, man. If you jump and attack somebody, if that's what a man does. A man doesn't allow fucking bullshit like that to go down. I try to explain to people 1,000 times. It don't matter if it's my motherfucking enemy sitting out there. The second I see somebody jumping him and this and that, mm-mm, I'd like to even the odds right away. It's just how I am. And I don't know, people people getting used to way too much these days of not getting punched in the mouth. It seems because back in the day when I grew up and shit like that, that's the one thing you had to think about. That eventually you was gonna piss somebody off just that much that you was gonna get punched in the fucking mouth. Because you know what? Everybody's got a plan till they get punched in the fucking mouth. Straight up. Mike Tyson or somebody said that. I sit back and I wait and I keep these things on my mind. And I sit back and I wait and I keep these on my mind. First, like my mom taught me, I'm gonna say shit so heinous and cruel that he's gonna wish I hit him. And then we'll see where that goes after that. So I'm not dumb enough to make an actual spread and tell you about live chat. Yep. I ain't that stupid. But I'm sorry for all that heavy. Like if I knew about anything in advance or whatever, I would have done something right away. And honestly, I told him flat out, I was like, motherfucker, I could have easily told you all that and more. But instead of reaching out to people and shit like that, y'all just run around starting shit. It's why that nobody's loyal to your ass because you're so quick to trigger to toss people out on the ass. You know what? My people, they're important to me, man. That's my regulators and shit. Nah, you ain't gotta be overly nice and everything else, dude. I know you're sad for one. I know you fucking feel betrayed and shit, like all this other shit for two. And I feel for you. Like I said, if you heard what I said to them and shit, which I'm not gonna even put that in the live, but I'm pretty sure I put it in the email and stuff. Um, I told them that they fucked up. I told them how they fucked up and everything else, and how easy and simple it was that they could bypass all this bullshit and drama. And it's like, it's okay because when I decided to have to nuke the world, everybody should be like, "Why is she being so mean?" Nobody gave a damn when it was somebody else fucking being treated cruelly. It only matters when it's fucking me making these motherfuckers cry, right? That's fine. That's fine. I make a damn good bad guy. I'm quite fine with that. Treat people with fucking respect and dignity and everything else and stop acting like you do on your face when you're full of shit. Simple as that. There must be some sort of difference in the definition of what I call a friend and what the hell you call a friend. Yeah, I mean, there's so much I wish I could touch on about that. Um, it sucks. It really does suck me in because I've been there myself before. I watched hundreds of people turn on me in a split second. In a split second, and they all turned their back on me. And I told them, I was like, you know what? Remember this day, because one day that little fucker that you picked is going to be fucking falling apart, and the bitch he serves, her group's going to be falling apart too, and all kinds of fun things be going on. And you know he's going to be still sitting here, calm, cool, rational, in the same sense of fucking mentality he had been all along. Like that would be me. The difference is I don't want to see y'all trying to sneak back over and do this and that and the other. I told him all that too. I was like, yo asses are fucking dead to me. You made your spot. You made your choice. You know, live with it. Yeah, you shouldn't feel sorry. Dude, it's their loss, heavy. That's all straight up. It's their loss. Just like when the motherfuckers lost me as a friend. Because you notice more when the drama and shit stopped. And even with Prophet and whatnot, they're over there. Thank Charles and thank this and this that. No, no, dog. You had a chance already to be at peace with me. Don't hate yourself when it all falls apart. And you always will have those friends and short that are loyal to you. You should have recognized. I'm not trying to sound rude or whatever by saying you should have, but yeah, it's a small, tiny ass group of people that's around you. I mean, honestly, you got. I don't mean this in a bad way either. Um, when everything fell apart on me, I was left with a couple of choices to either sell my soul to the prophet and all them guys uh, for help against these groups, or literally say "fuck y'all, I got this." And I chose right then and there because I know about how much loyalty is there between those people and me. Ain't gonna happen. That's what I'm saying, man. Leave my people alone, man. I can't stand that shit. Stop picking on these fucking women. You notice once again, it's fucking women. I'm gonna keep driving that point home, yo. What's up, man? How you doing? Hey, fishy. But nah, I mean, I keep driving that shit home, and people just don't seem to understand what I'm saying. Like he tagged my good friend, who I'm not gonna name because she asked me not to, so I'm not gonna do that. Please don't type it in the chat. They jumped my friend, and then got upset because I beat their ass verbally. What you expect me to do? Then they attacked my other new friend that same night. Well, what you expect me to do? And now they come after Heavy and all this other shit. Mm. But no, I literally more Prozac. I'm calling shit. Josh, you never answered me, dog. I asked you an important question about fucking. I mean, not exactly about the island and shit, but I heard back in the '60s and '70s there was a lot of groups running around the entire area, that includes Indiana and stuff, and there was a lot of shit going on, pedophilia wise. That's what I'm gonna know about. Oh, I love all y'all. Believe it or not, I love Prop. I love all of them. I'm not even angry, yo. I'm happy. I'm excited. I'm giddy. I got a flight tomorrow. I'm getting the fuck out of Florida. Yeah, it's fucking great. Honestly, it really is. I got no hate for anybody, but I'm just the type of person. That's what I was trying to tell Josh in the comments the other day. I'm like, Josh, I love you, bro. I ain't got no problem with you. I'm like, we always been cool, man. I'm like, I ain't felt no need to be hating on you. I ain't seen much your way either. I mean, jokes to the side, I ain't got no problem with jokes. But I've always been the type when you say something bad about me, you know what I mean? I'll give you a little nip to you back. You know what? Everybody. Yeah, that is true, dude. That is true. I try to be a little motherfucker. I really do. I mean, I'm like, I chill and shit, and I'm just like, you know what? If someone ain't wronged me, I ain't gonna wrong them. Like, just when I came out and whistleblower about the troll farm and everything else, I'm like, this person, that person, that person. It's like, no, in my head, I remember, papa, papa, papa. And I at least tried to give a little bit of loyalty, but it seemed to have worked, at least in the troll farm ways, because when it came to them attacking me, they had to rely on the outside party to help them. And the majority of the fucking group just was like, I don't know why. I'm not going to come to conclusions and be like, they were like, Charles ain't never did me no wrong, and then they walked away. I don't know what happened. I really don't. But next thing I know is after they took up, after they started attacking me, so many members left the fucking troll farm and shit. So many members left. I didn't even know this at the time. I've seen the list now, and I'm just like, that's weird. But and no, I got no problem with being loyal. It's just like I said, if somebody snaps at you, you snap a little back. So I got so much fun, shit. But yeah, you never heard nothing about anything like that, man. Because that's almost like I know those people, and that includes you and stuff. I know because of your history and shit, which I get. I do, I get it. I've lived in a similar type of situation myself down here, but it's not been on major broadcasts and everything else. but the biker gangs, the Latin Kings, and all kinds of other shit. But I never realized how close fucking North Fox Island and all that pedophile shit was to Indiana. And then all of a sudden we got somebody. I'll be nice. I'll say somebody. That way nobody will be offended. Because, like I said, I'm about all people's opinions. I ain't going to discriminate or hate on people because of what they think in this case. But at the same time, um, we got two kids getting murdered, and there's been a smell in the air. The Snapchat murders, the this, that, and the other. Uh, there was so much snuff and everything else that I'm learning about in North Fox Island shit and the Oakland County child murders and shit. I don't know, dude. It just seems like something's there. No matter which or what you believe, that there might just be something there. Like some idiot might have thought because of something in the past that they could sell something like a video or something like that. That's what I'm saying, dude. Straight up, man. It's just silly to hate. And honestly, I wouldn't even go through all the crap of responding to it and all that stuff. I will admit, I get a little giggity out of it. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. It's fun. To me, that's why I did it in the first place for years and stuff like that. And it's just like, yeah, like I was conversating with Josh the other day, and we joke around, and me and Prop do the same thing. We joke around and talk shit and stuff like that to each other and all this other stuff, and don't take offense to it. Yeah, Matt, I haven't seen Matt is like a Josh. I just don't know Matt as well. I mean, like I said, I've been watching Josh and all that shit for a long time, and even though I actually would be like, well, I don't, like I said, just because I don't think the same is not a reason for me to fucking be a douche to somebody. And the group of us in was like, oh, you can't do this and you can't do that. And like, shut the fuck up. Nobody cares. I do what I want. And I'm not going to, fucking attack somebody or whatever like that because, like I said, he has a past with the people involved. So his point of view is just as necessary as anybody fucking else's. So the fact that you're trying to tell us that he can't give his point of view, nah, that's not cool with me. So that's why out of all the people in fucking Troll Farm and everything else that you probably got in your shit and everything else talking shit and all this other shit, one person you don't see 90% of that time is fucking me. Because I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm no better than anybody. The first people you investigate is their significant others, partners, ex, whatevers, and fucking family members. I know this shit and friends. I'm not stupid. So, if he knows more about this whole fucking all that shit than everybody else, well, that's honestly a decent source of fucking information. So just shut the fuck up. See what he's got to say. If he dislikes them that much, there's probably a reason for that. I mean, yeah, most of the people, they saw the group I was in and all this other stuff, and they come up with assumptions and stuff. But I tried to explain that to everybody a long time ago, and people that know me, well, they'll say the same. I was there because I legitimately got told that some people might get murdered. They thought I was working for Tony Klein, trying to kill some women and shit. I'm so not joking when I say that. It was all a misunderstanding. But that's the beginning of the whole fucking Troll Farm. And that's why I like to make these little jokes now and shit in Diana's chat. I was like, I am the fucking Troll Farm. Because they wasn't shit until they showed up to try to stop me. They failed miserably. Seems to be the what happens a lot around here. But no, I mean, if we're gonna be peaceful and shit around here, we need to actually be peaceful. If we're not, we're not. And if people are gonna go against fucking all that peace and all that shit that people are trying to build, just to turn around and be like, as soon as it's done over with on their end, like they attack and then they're like, oh, but I want peace. No, it doesn't work that way though. First and foremost, I am an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. You hurt somebody's feelings, I'm going to have to hurt yours. And it's not a hateful thing. I don't hate nobody. I really don't. I don't even hate Tony Klein. And I quite possibly think he was involved in this. So that should tell you something. Um, but if I find out he was actually involved in it, that's a different story. But like me, I don't, I don't, I tend to not share my opinions too much, but at the same time, I make it known here and there quite bluntly, and then I move on, so that way I don't have to throw it down people's ears. I still don't believe at this moment I can eliminate them, but there's, I really don't feel like those two are involved. Anyone that really, that's what I'm saying, man. I don't get what it. It's just sad, dude. It's just like, how hard is it? Is it that difficult to stand up to these people and just be like, yo, that's my friend. If you're gonna bad talk them, then I need to go somewhere else, for the moment or whatever it is, you know. And it's like too many people around here, just I don't know, because it's the internet or whatever. But to me, it's the same shit. Uh, it, uh, this is how I am in real life. You can say everything and anything that you want about me, but I'm as loyal on here as I am to my friends in real life. And I've taken bullets, I've taken knives, stab wounds, all kinds of different shit. I've been jumped, beaten, anything and everything you could possibly think of. The friends betray me at the same time while it was going on. And I just don't have it in my heart to fucking hate people like that. And yeah, I mean, at one point, I had all these people attacking me. All my friends, hundreds of friends, fucking turned from me. I was at the bottom of the hole by myself, and I was walking out the fucking door. I deleted my main account. That's why I'm on this one now. That's why the subs are so low, and I was done. But God sent me a sign. He said, "Motherfucker, you're not done yet," and it sucked. And I had to come back, like Lazarus himself. It's like I picked myself up out of that hole. I didn't have any help, didn't want any help, but piece by piece, built that support system all over again, stronger than before. And it sucks, but that's what you got to do. Always remember, and when somebody has the balls to, rather than just do the easy thing and just simply enough and go along with the assholes that are fucking turning on you, and they actually stand their ground just for your sake, remember those motherfuckers. Remember them, man, because that's your friends. I mean, you got nothing else left and all the other shit, but somehow you can still look around and there's still people standing there, trying to help you and shit. That's your friends. That's the real friends, yo. Not them fake ass motherfuckers that you keep finding all the time. The real ones. And it wasn't until that point that I realized, um, yeah, I didn't have any left. So it was like, fuck, fucking fuck. And it became, do I still got something to say? Does it matter what the hell I have to say? Probably not. Does somebody need to still hear it? I think so. And is it helping this crime and what happened to them girls in the at all with me gone? Because all these people wanted me fucking gone. They were attacking me so viciously and stuff. And I thought, yeah, you know what? 99% of the people in this community probably can't understand a crime scene and all this other shit like some of us can. And we can't just lose people like that, not the good ones. Yeah, I mean, that's where I got the joke where I talk about like I'm the main character because Diana's a shrink. So I'm like, I got main character syndrome. No, it just means a whole bunch of fucked up shit usually happens to me. And I've learned that the only way you can actually get peace in this world is through fucking war, sadly. And at least it's on the internet, right, y'all? I mean, shit. I mean, most of it's on the internet. Some bitches might need to be slapped at some point. But yeah, I need to find out more about Indiana, like the 60s and the 50s and all that shit, maybe the 70s too. I'm gonna find out what was all going on because that's not that far, Joe. That is not that far. What is it, like Michigan or whatever the hell it is to Indiana and stuff? That's not far at all. And you had massive pedophile rings running around doing all this shit, newspapers and all kinds of other stuff, and it's fucking terrifying. There's literal documentaries, massive documentaries on YouTube and shit from news companies and stuff that put it together. And these motherfuckers were Epstein. Everybody's like, oh, they all Epstein themselves, and it's like, did they? Did they? The one dude that they say probably killed 4 kids. It's like he shot himself in the forehead, yo, while he was asleep. Yeah, you heard me right. He shot himself in the forehead with a shotgun while he was asleep, and he missed 3 times because there was 4 spent round casings, as in 4 shots were fired. He was only hit once. Tell me how that works. But here's the most fucked up part, and it's soon enough when I have my comrades up here and I'm showing you all of this shit. Not only that, you couldn't find barely a drop of blood around the entire scene. Now imagine somebody shooting themselves point blank in the skull, between the eyes basically, or the forehead, with a fucking shotgun. But there's no fucking blood at all. And I didn't want to cover this case, but Nicole brought it up, and I told her, I said, man, this is going to fuck with people's actual depression and shit like that. This is seriously fucked up shit. And I'm like, there's fucking cops on the list. There's this, that, cops going down for pedophilia and all this other shit. And and I get it, there's a lot of drug shit in Indiana and stuff. But that should also be combined because when you got drugs, you got pedophilia. And when you got pedophilia, you got drugs. You know what I'm saying? And even though people don't like it, my suspect, certain particular members of his family have quite a bit of money. A lot of it. I've heard that their adopted father or whatever is millionaire and stuff. And but yeah, North Fox Island. If you haven't heard of that, you might want to look it up. And like I said, we're going to be doing a whole series, and it's not just about North Fox Island. Like I said, I've been researching this case for over 20 years now, waiting for the best opportune time to finally bring it up. And but I will say one thing: I am not suicidal. If something happens to me, I would never kill myself. I'm too awesome to do that. And the problem is, in some of these instances, there's people just killing themselves. And it's scary. And once you start hearing why and start paying attention to what's in the news lately and shit like that, you're gonna see exactly what the hell we're talking about. And it's fucking terrifying. The attorney general of this fucking country, guys, is related to fucking pedophiles and linked to other pedophiles. How scary is that, yo? The fucking attorney general herself. Can y'all believe this shit, man? And I remember when they said, oh, the Epstein files are coming out. And I'm like, oh, great. Here it comes. What, Charles? Like, y'all don't seem to understand. Epstein Island wasn't even the first island. When Epstein was 28 years old, you know where he was at? In Michigan. At fucking North Fox Island. You know who also was at North Fox Island, yo? John Wayne Gacy. John David Norman, this alleged serial killer slash pedophile ringleader. Pinsky's ass was fucking a serial killer and a CSAM maker and stuff, and he was there. You know who built the fucking runway for North Fox Island, guys? John Benet Ramsey's grandpa. There's so many links here, and we're going to have it on video and everything else for everybody to see. You're going to get terrified. It's If you got depression or it's acting up at the moment or something like that, you might not want to tune into that because you're going to get. It takes a lot to fucking offend me and to set me up and make me go nuts and shit. What I'm seeing in these fucking Epstein files and emails and shit like that, we haven't even barely got the drop in the bucket, y'all. I mean, I ain't even joking around with you. I'm going to say something that might freak you out a little bit, but sorry, it is kind of seemingly, guys, they might be eating babies. I know that sounds like some QAnon shit. I get it. I really do. But if you go and look how they're talking about them in the emails, how else could you take them? Could you imagine? Yeah, the boys club, was it the Lawrence or no, the Franklin scandal, fucking Dean Corll and John Wayne Gacy being near 100 victims, known victims between the two of them. God knows how many unknown. Uh, Dean Corll worked with three other serial killers, but the two that are in prison at the moment are David Brooks and Elmer Wayne Henley. And then over on the other side, we got John Wayne Gacy. John Wayne Gacy had two fucking serial killers working for him, y'all. Two. I believe in coincidences and shit like that, but not that kind of coincidence, no. They've got all these serial killers linking, working for all these other fucking serial killers. And it like, do y'all remember that TV show that came out a while back with Kevin Bacon in it and that one British sounding guy or whatever? And the British sounding guy was in prison because he's a serial killer. And the whole show's about a cult of serial killers and mass murderers running around doing fucked up shit. It's almost like they was preparing us for us to find out about this shit. And fuck the UFOs, fuck all that shit, man. What I've read thus far is terrifying. Baby jerky, y'all. Baby fucking jerky. People literally going to a party at a motel in Mexico and shit. And the next thing you know, they're outside of the place screaming, and they got them on video doing this, screaming and yelling about fucking they're eating people, they're eating people. And then you know what happens? The police show up and arrest that lady, and then guess what? She's never seen it, never fucking seen it again. In reality, unless we're talking about legal weed, I've never voted in my life. I think it's all been corrupt and everything else to this level. No, it's not even one side either, y'all. They always talking about, oh, it's the left, oh, it's right. Shut the fuck up. Trump was out there fucking them kids. Biden was out there fucking them kids. It's both sides, bro. We are surrounded by fucking pedophiles. Our country is being run by pedophiles. The world is being controlled by fucking sick, nasty ass pedophiles. It's like, what the fuck is going on here, yo? You know, and you're going to find out the insane amount of evidence that just happened to go missing or just magically destroyed or something. It's like, we got those almost $40,000 index cards from fucking John David Norman of all his associates and stuff, and the people that were fucking the kids. All right, where are they? We sent them to the States Department. Okay, call the States Department. Hey, what's up with them files? We burned them. What? But hold on. What the fuck you mean you burned them? How you gonna burn evidence, bro? But you're gonna find out some scary shit like Sam Berkowitz or David Berkowitz, the son of Sam, involved. There's a good chance that Charlie Manson and his fucking group involved, Scientology involved, fucking the Process Church involved. Anything and everything you can think of that happened in some sort of mass or fucked up way involving a group, Jonestown. You're gonna see the links clicking all over the fucking place. And we're not talking about like superficial tiny little links, Charles. You shouldn't really no, motherfucker. I'm talking about either circumstantial links or direct links. Direct. And to this day, they really never let no motherfuckers on fucking North Fox Island. And they're doing the same shit over at fucking Epstein's Island. Nobody's allowed to go up there and stuff. It's like, what exactly are y'all trying to fucking hide? And it's scary, man. I can't look at a politician and think that it's literally a good person. I just can't do it. I know, dude. Pam Bond. Oh my god. I'm wondering if they're eating babies and shit because it somehow makes them seem a little younger. She didn't look like she was 60 years old, but for the life of me, I don't get why they would eat the babies. I get the eugenics part and shit because that's some dumb Nazi shit that everybody brings up once in a while. That's fine. I mean, it's not fine. It's pretty fucked up, but it's not eating fucking babies. And I joke around a lot and shit like that. Yeah, she's the fucking attorney general, guys, of the United States. And before that, she was the attorney general for fucking Florida. Florida, Brian. I'm like, I don't even know who the fuck this bitch is. And I was always like, well, I don't vote, but this politician doesn't seem that bad. No, fuck them all. Fuck them all. In fact, as far as I'm concerned, y'all, we should go in that motherfucker and fire every fucking politician from the House of Representatives all the way up to the fucking presidency. Fire every one of them motherfuckers. And if you served in office or working in the office or whatever at some point before all this, you are not allowed to run for fucking politics anymore. Because you know what this is starting to come out looking like, guys? It's seriously starting to look like fucking some new world order / world government type bullshit. It really is. Because while all this shit's going down at North Fox Island, right across that little lake we call a fucking ocean, what's going on? Jimmy Savile and Gary Glitter and doing all this fucking shit and fucking raping kids and shit all over the UK. It's Peter Scully's making Daisy's Destruction soon after that. And fucking, I forget where he did it, but it's fucking frightening. It's disgusting. It's fucking sickening. And it leaves a bad fucking horrible taste in my mouth. That sucks. I mean, I actually do have memory issues myself now, too. If it's something I remembered before all this, it's fine. But when I'm taking medications and all that stuff, because I still ain't done the fucking the radiation and shit, the chemotherapy. I just haven't done it because I'm gonna give the dumbest reason in the world. I don't want to be bald yet. If that makes any sense. But health-wise, honestly, I don't think I've ever been as healthy as I am at the moment in time. It's almost like God needed to reset it and shit because he knows I have to go through some real hell. So that he has to give me the extra strength and shit to do it. Yeah. Yeah, I was looking the other night, dude. I don't remember what your number is, or your Discord or anything like that. I've been just through so many devices and shit like that. I was needing to look you up and stuff. I think I even tried to, but I just couldn't remember any of the information. So, I mean, my Discord and stuff like that. So, if from those, that'll probably help. So, I'm not trying to be an asshole in regards to that. So, I just can't remember what the fucking things are. I know that. What? Dude, I don't want to talk about Delphi. I'm not talking about Delphi. I'm talking about something else. What did I do wrong? I said I didn't want to hear the stuff or whatever like that. And there was other people that didn't seem to want to talk about the Delphi stuff. So I was just chilling over here, just talking. I was talking to Miranda. Unless Miranda messaged me on Discord or whatever, or friend me on Discord because I don't have his numbers anymore. Why are you always acting like somebody doing something mean to you, Diana? I ain't doing nothing. I'm chilling over here. I got my StreamYard back for the moment of time. I'm just chilling over here, just chatting. Josh was over here. We was having a good old time. We just chatting. That's all. Because Dino was waiting for me to go live, so I was trying to go live really quick or whatever, so he wouldn't have been waiting for nothing. And yeah, he ended up having to go beforehand and stuff, and it's all good. Like I said, you guys, when we cover the Epstein files, fuck it, I might as well announce it. I don't give a fuck. Our new anchor that's going to be helping. It's going to be me, Nicole, Diana, and making his debut. That sexy sounding, lovely, charming bastard himself, Senor Dino. I might bring Shabby in. I gotta ask everybody else what they think, but I'm yeah, Dino is down, dog. He's so with it. It's not even funny. I talked to him myself. He's adorable, guys. He talks like he's from the fucking Wisconsin there, lads. I was sitting there mocking him on fucking. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to hit him, but he's adorable, man. I was like, man, if you took Shabby and his weird Canadian accent, and then tossed in me, and then add a little bit of depth to it, I'm like, that's Dino. But yeah, me and him had a great conversation and stuff like that. And he was like, I don't know much about the rest of the stuff. I'm like, bro, I was gonna hook you up anyways. That way, you had your information covered and shit like that. But oh, she's still, yeah, she mad at me. Don't worry about it. Heavy, I think. I don't know. Don't be mad at each other. Be mad at me. It's easier. But for the but no, man. I mean, I told y'all lately. I said I just didn't really want to talk about the Delphi shit. I mean, the ones I did talk to at least. Um, just not in the Delphi, kind of mentality at the whole time. I mean, if everybody was paying attention to what's going on in the world right now, there's much more pressing. Dude, our attorney general is fucking hanging out and related to fucking what is Charles's the Manson family is what it's called. Oh, wait, my Discord name necessary e bio. My server is called the Manson family, but really ain't nobody talking on that motherfucker. So I mean, yeah. Eh, I don't know. I just keep it up for the hell of it. I don't do that whole Discord jumping thing and everything else anymore. People get so offended. Oh my god. Hold on. I'm using my phone. I'm shocked y'all can hear me so well. Yeah, 1 second. And I mean, I just wanted to talk about this other shit, man. It's all on the news and shit. Like, y'all need to turn on your And except this is taking away from close it. I'm gonna damn about text the police fucking fuck him. I gotta go through hell. No, I cannot make my account. I don't know how to do that right now. My brain. What happened? What? With who? I'm confused. Pardon? Sweet dreams, Miranda, I just tried to give you the phone number. Why didn't you wait a second? 239 256 4979. Anybody else wants it? Fucking let's try that. No, Heavy, I'm flying to Oregon. Remember, I told you all. I mean, that's what you're asking about. I was on the other. Oh, I forgot. Okay, since I'm on my phone, when you actually open up the app or some other app or something like that, because I was trying to get my phone number and stuff off of text now, and I forgot because usually lately I've been on the laptops and shit, but right now I'm on the phone, so I didn't realize that I kind of forgot the sound would die out. So my apologies for that. I was just trying to get her the phone number or the fucking Discord name, and I guess the name wasn't enough or whatever for her to find it. So, I mean, necessary evil, just like everybody knows my name to be, with E at the end. Or, yeah, like I said, the phone number's right there. Yeah, it's when you open another app or something like that. If you're on a phone or whatever, it'll cut out the audio to the original app. I kind of forgot about that. Yeah, no problem. That was my bad. Um, uh, I was just trying to give her the information. I got to clean up a bunch tonight still. I got to leave here at about 2 p.m. Sit on there for like a couple hours waiting to hop on a flight, and hopefully it's going to be like people with buses. Hopefully none of that kind of shit happens. I got one suitcase packed. I think I'm gonna take like 4 laptops in the other suitcase. Not suitcase, but a carry-on bag. It's probably gonna be all filled with fucking laptops. But apparently, it turns out I'll be flying into Oregon about, I guess, 11 p.m. But I'm not sure if that's 11 p.m. my time now or 11 p.m. their time then. I don't know. I'm so confused right now. And yeah, it's gonna be almost 11 o'clock, whatever time, either ours or 11 o'clock, which means it'll be like 8 o'clock there, or it'd be 11 o'clock there, which means here it would have been 4 o'clock, which means hopefully I pass out at some point and just fucking sleep the whole fucking time. I gotta get my hair cut. I gotta. I mean, honestly, it's not a joke at all. I'm hyped up. Why didn't you ask for a computer, dude? Duh. I just gave the Latin Kings like 2 computers that were worth like fucking I don't know $3,000 or $4,000. No joke. And I'm shipping another one that I'm going to build for Diana. That way, because her computer sucks ass. Oh, you ain't got to do that, dude. I'll wait out my carry-on bag or whatever. Oh, no, I have a bag that I'm shipping to Diana's place or whatever. And I'll just throw a couple laptops extra in there with the RAM and all that other shit. Yeah, once I get them, I'll just put the operating system on it, and I'll see which one you want and shit like that. Um, I'll give it to Diana. That way, if somebody, I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to think if somebody you're okay with knowing your address to send it to you. That's the only problem. I have no problem in sending you one. It's just I don't want to, like your responsibility, that stuff, or people that have to worry and stuff. I mean, I try to tell everybody I'm a loyal motherfucker and stuff, but at the same time, I don't want them to feel like, yeah. I mean, I got computers you can have, no problem. I have laptops actually. I got a couple of like a little bit better than dual core fucking Toshiba laptops. I have an HP laptop that's like candy apple red and shit. That I think it's like a 4 or 5 core or some shit. I have nobody gets the beast. The beast is mine. I'm taking that with me, and then I get the little beast. Yeah, the ones that are mine are I get the MacBook, the little beast, the big beast, Toshibas, the the HPs. Yeah, I got a lot of laptops. I'm sure it's not how heavy. You know how she's weird sometimes. I guess. Yeah, I wouldn't think too much about it. Yeah, sometimes she just well, I'll tell you in the email or whatever like that because the same thing happened with me or whatever, and I wouldn't take too offense to it. But yeah, I think you'll understand a little bit better. I don't think anybody doesn't like anybody. I think there's just a big misunderstanding or whatever like that. Which yeah, I don't know what's going on. Like I said, I was trying to add to the fact. Yeah, by that point it was already done, and even though I don't like the prof and everything else, hey, if y'all decide to be friends and all that shit, good for y'all. Nothing I love more than people getting along. But I wouldn't take anything too offensive or whatever. Sometimes, hopefully I'm saying it the right way. Sometimes Diana uh, is in a situation that she just, how do I put it? Like, I don't want to say feels bad, but at the same time, it's like maybe she doesn't know what to say at the moment in time. Does that make any sense? That's the best way I can say it, I guess. And if you remember, when me and Diana had our argument and shit like that for that brief little quick time, but then we didn't talk for quite a while. And whenever we were around each other, we just basically, remember that we just like we were in each other's presence, but we just didn't acknowledge each other. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. And it's not like I thought she hated me. Well, okay, maybe I did think she hated me, but yeah, that's just how I feel about everything. It's like, everybody hates me. But in reality, it's just like, I don't know. I think she was more or less thinking that I was mad at her or something. That's why she popped in here. Was like, yo, bro, what the fuck? So I was just like, bro, I told you I didn't want to talk Delphi. That's all it is. I just didn't want to talk Delphi. Um, I showed up. I liked the things on both channels. I gave my support for them, and then I'm just taking a sabbatical from fucking Gunfly at the moment in time, I guess. And yeah, no, I love Diana. I love Heavy. I love everybody. It's all gonna be fun. It's all gonna be fun because if everybody don't get along, I'm gonna fuck everybody up. No. That's the best way to say it. Yo, get along, bitches. I want peace. Yeah. Hmm? Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah. No, that's all right. That's like it is. I stayed here for a while to try to help people understand as much as I possibly could. You know, and I took a lot of shit for it for a long ass time when all I was ever doing was just trying to help people. Because no matter how I felt and what my opinion of the climate audit was, all I wanted to do was, make sure everybody got all the facts and stuff. And apparently, everybody thinks they got the facts now. So I don't think I'm a evil that's very well necessary at the moment in time. So yeah, man, I don't know. I hate it when everybody's like being the weird quiet or not agreeing or not okay with each other and all this other stuff. It's like I'm on my own side and everybody's on my side. Okay. But yeah, just don't go away upset or anything like that, dude. I'm sure all it was a big massive misunderstanding and stuff. And as being part of so many of them myself, I think I'm technically supposed to be doing it right now, but um no, I don't tell anybody really anything. There's specific reasons for that. I have chronic lymphotic lymphocytic. It's spelled weird. Lympho lymphocytic leukemia. It's really slow. Um, it's creepy as fuck because it causes massive amounts of fucking weight loss, which I have indeed lost a fucking scary amount of weight. At one time, I was down to 140 pounds. Um, I'm quite content with the round where I've sit at, which is about like 190-ish, I think, at the moment in time. I'm very happy with that. I mean, honestly, it's kind of good to not be like almost 500-pound fucking monster anymore. So I'm happy about that. Yeah, and that's how I mean. At first, when you got to remember, it wasn't. Most people either if you see me, you know what I'm talking about. Cause I got pictures and shit. Not many of them exist, but there's still pictures. I don't think pictures never really took pictures that much. But of my birthday party like 3 years ago, and at that time was about like 450 something. But since I'm so damn tall, it kind of I guess I carried it well. So it's not like your normal fat person kind of thing. It's more like your NFL lineman kind of thing. Um, and then out of nowhere, about 2-ish or so years ago, I started losing weight. It was like no matter I didn't do anything different. I didn't do this like massive amount of exercise or anything like that. I just did my normal shit, and I just ate regularly like I do now. And it just seemed like no matter what happened, I was just losing weight faster and faster and faster. I honestly thought to myself, I'm like, hey, this is God's nice way of finally helping me out. Because the reason I was that big in the first place wasn't because of like fat, eating and all this other shit. It was because of the first time I had cancer and shit, and all the steroids and shit that I had for years on top of that. And made me a very scary, angry fucking monster. And when the weight was finally dropping, I'm like, oh shit, is this God's way of fixing me back to normal and stuff? I was happy, I was hyped, my my metabolism seemed to be back to normal, all was good. And I think that first year I went from like 450 something all the way down to like 320 ish. So I was like hyped up. I was like, dude, that's in a year I've lost over almost closing in on 150 pounds. I'm like, hell yeah. And then the second year started, and we was only 3 months in, and I was down to like 250 or 260, and I was just like, yay, woohoo, this is a good thing. At that point, I started making jokes and shit like that. It was like, well, either God's fixing me or I'm dying. And yeah, like I said, this was about 3 years ago. This was around 2 years ago that this was occurring. Um, and then at some point, very quickly, within 3 more months, I was at 200 and dropping below 200. And even at that point, I was sitting there going, hey, no big deal, no big deal. It's just normal metabolism and shit, just, fixing itself and blah, blah, blah. And then, no, I just kept losing weight. And then right around 4 or 5 months more, I was down to like 147 pounds. And at that point, see, no matter what you don't have to worry about me. Don't, yeah, no, no, trust me. I am a beast of my own. Yeah, I'm kind of, and like I said, all this shit was going on at the time. I had Paradox sick. I had you sick, and all that shit that we were trying to do and stuff like that. So I had a really particular reason why I didn't talk about it at some point. Um, I'd just rather not say it on the live right now. Um, but it caused me to literally just shut the fuck up. I no longer wanted to talk about Charles being sick, so I stopped talking about it. And it wasn't that it bothered me; it's like apparently it bothered somebody else when I brought it up, so I stopped bringing it up. I mean, I thought I barely brought it up as it was. So to hear that, I was just like, damn. So I shut this shit down. I'm sitting there doing the heavy thought and all this other stuff, and doing all these things behind the scenes and everything else, and work and all kinds of other stuff, and I wasn't telling nobody shit. I really still don't tell anybody shit. I mean, when you guys got better and stuff like that, I was like, that's fucking awesome. And I just kept on moving on. And no, I'm honestly, I'm probably more healthy now. I mean, except for the swelling and stuff in certain, yeah, like my legs and shit like that, which is fine. It's fine. It's no big deal. Um, and okay, yeah, the other symptoms, like it becomes very difficult to heal from injuries. Um, Let me think. So yeah, your immune system starts doing shit. Oddly enough, surprisingly, I haven't been sick, as in like colds and shit like that, because that's what happened when I was a kid, and I was so terrified that I was so skinny and that the cold was going to be enough to kill me. And once I saw my weight get down to 147, I was like, no, fuck that. I knew better than that. This is not normal. Something's wrong with me. And that's when I went and fucking got touched with the doctor and shit. And yeah, that's when I found out. And it's just about how do I put it in a way that but I don't like talking about this or whatever because I'm always worried that somebody's gonna go, are you talking about you being sick of time, child? Like, Pisses me off. Like, bitch, I barely ever speak on it as it is. And it's usually when somebody fucking says something to me, and it's fine. But I can't be killed by some shitty little bullshit like this. Period. I beat it when I was a little tiny little shit, like 8 years old. So you somehow think it's gonna take me out in my prime? Hell no. I beat its ass when I was a little tiny kid. I didn't even know what the fuck is going on. So now when I'm fucking a full grown man with fucking everything going for me and everything else, no, I don't fucking think so. I'm that kind of asshole that never says die. No, I know. Right now I'm just still working on a cell regeneration therapy thing, and it's been doing all right and stuff. Like I said, I'm still around. The massive amount of weight loss has kind of balanced itself out to where I can sit around and be right weight a notch under like 200 pounds, which is still kind of skinny. It's still below what I probably should be at 6'4". But it's hard to tell that because, like an NFL linebacker or a lineman or something like that, I have a massive frame. So that's why at the time when people were in those groups that were attacking me, they're like, "What are you talking about, Charles? You're still fat." I'm like, dude, the curious contrarian Dan and Zero and them literally had me take my shirt off or whatever, so they could. First they wanted to compliment me on my arm muscles and all that stuff. I'm like, yeah, you are being gay again. Stop being gay. They, yeah, no, they were worried about me, and it's a lot to worry fucking Dan and fucking Zero in them. So if they're fucking worried, it says something. And just at that point, I've been doing whatever it takes when these little instances of massive weight loss happen, because they will come out of nowhere. Like you balance it out, everything will be fine and stuff like that, and then out of nowhere it'll start trying to you lose like 40 or 50 pounds a month. So it's like, oh shit, and I have to counteract that with whatever quick thinking I can come up with, like protein stuff and fucking uh, no shit, fucking nuked ice cream. No shit, I've had to actually turn to nuke fucking Haagen Dazs and stuff by a fucking half gallon just to fucking make sure that I kept my weight up in some of those instances. But it seems like I got a handle in it at the moment of time. Um, I'm doing pretty well at the moment, honestly. I mean, I've never. It's been a long time since I've looked as young as I do at the moment. I think I probably look my age at the moment. That's a plus. Most of my gray hair is somehow vanished. I'm guessing because of the cell regeneration crap. And problem with that is my blonde has come back, and I was like, oh, I fucking hate being blonde. That's one thing I can't. Yeah, FYI, if you guys didn't know, the reason I always talk shit and say that comment about blondes, I started this world as a blonde. My hair naturally turned dark brown at some point, but once again, I'm back to being a fucking blonde. Yes, that's why I say I don't like blondes because I'm a blonde. And no, I will be around. I don't need to talk about it when everybody. And I'm not saying it against anybody or anything like that. I mean, I get just people are fucking social beings and stuff like that. That a lot of people need that support system and all this other stuff. I never had one from the get go, so it's like even when I do have one, I'm just not going to subject them through the kind of bullshit that I have to go through because I'm so used to doing everything, anything and everything by myself, on myself, on my own. It is what it is. Um, I know not all chemotherapies and stuff cause the hair to fall out, um, but how do I put this? I did do the one round of chemotherapy. No, it didn't knock my hair out or anything like that. But at the same time, it came back even more fierce when the round of chemotherapy didn't work. So it's almost like I'm a little bit worried at the moment in time to do it. And if it fails, all of a sudden I'm at 140 again and fucking fighting to not be a fucking Skeletor or some shit, you know? You got old too? Yeah, I know. And they're making fun of me. They called me a turtle and fucking put these pictures up and all this other shit about me. I was like, that's cold, bro. That's fucking cold. Yeah. It's not like I'm worried about the hair or anything like that. It's just I don't want to come off looking weak because I, I mean, my entire life, the whole thing was coming out looking like the strongest motherfucker in the world or whatever. Like, if the mountain was there, I'd get in his face and be like, "What's up, bitch?" You know, that's just the person I am. It, the hardest thing was to show people that I wasn't fucking some sort of fucking, I wasn't unfathomable. I wasn't undestroyable. Like something was actually affecting me. That's why I only let Zero and fucking Nancy it. And yeah, I got people that check on me and stuff. I mean, but really, I mean, as I said, I'm so used to doing everything myself. So in the end, they just have to listen to what I'm telling to, and I could just lie. And, it is what it is. But no, actually, no, I'm doing fairly well at the moment in time. And like I said, starting tomorrow, it's going to be kind of hard to hide it if I wasn't, because there's going to be people around that's in this group, because I'm going to be, hanging with them and stuff. So trust me, if there's anything wrong with me or whatever, it's like that, they're going to call me out on it. Yeah, see, I mean, for a woman, that would have been crazy or whatnot. I know the hair thins and all kinds of other stuff. I love my hair. My hair is literally, I think it was Samson and Delilah or something like that. Whoever it was in history that the myth went that the only way to beat the one guy was to they had to cut his hair off, and once his hair was cut off, then he died. My hair, like, is so strong. If you grab it with both hands and jump off the side of a building, you can hang by it. I'm not even shitting you. We've tested this. It barely hurts me at all in the process. So it's like somebody idiots, how girls fight and stuff sometimes. And I've actually had guys do the same. They will reach up, they'll grab my hair and try to yank it out to try to do something. But the second they do it, I'm like, Arr! I'm like, you done fucked up. Then I grab their own hair and I slam them down on their fucking skulls. I'm like, if you're thinking, yeah, I like to be the person that seems like he's damn near fucking undestroyable. And as far as I've known so far, I am. I've never broken a bone. I never did this. I never did that. I've fucking beaten cancer. My hair fucking fucks people up. Shit. I am an original fucking beast. I will completely continue to be it. Because the last time I need anybody, the last thing I want anybody to see is a weak me. I mean, hell, if I walk outside right now and I can't grab a refrigerator and put that bitch on my shoulder and walk around with it, I am too weak and I need to start lifting some fucking weights. Well, paradoxing, them heard that and they're like, "You're not being serious, are you?" I'm like, "I'm outside hitting the weights right now, actually, because it felt a little bit difficult to pick up a refrigerator and put it on my shoulder like a boombox." And they got mad at me. If you want too heavy, you're more than welcome. I've told you a million times, if it makes you more comfortable and stuff, you can always start on Discord, that way you can do a small little group chat or something like that. That's completely up to you. Like I said, me and Dino, we was talking earlier and stuff, and having a great time. Honestly, I would think it would help, especially if you're not feeling great mentally and stuff. It'd be amazing boost to even chat with us because we're fucking hilarious. I mean, you could ask Dino, man. He was fucking cracking up like a motherfucker. He's sending me fucking audio files of fucking wolves and shit in his area and all this other stuff, and I'm going on fucking long ass rants and all this other crap. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's hilarious. That's what I mean. It definitely would help boost you up a little bit, and actually get you, to the point where you're just feeling okay to, to be able to do something a little bit more out there. But then again, channels like mine or whatever. I mean, at most you're going to see what 20, 30 people, and most of the people were decent people. But at the same time, we do get trolls that come here. So that's why I said in the Discord and stuff like that, it's safe. We know that we can keep anybody bad from hearing you, just in case you end up feeling like, okay, I like talking to you guys, but I'm still weary about where the assholes are. That's fine. That's a okay. Same thing I tell Dino. I'm not trying to put anybody in a weird situation or whatnot. There should always be, hopefully, a small, tiny ass group of people that you always should be able to trust. And you will never reach Charles' level that fucking everybody turns on you. So you'll never have to worry about that because Dino would never turn on you. I would never turn on you. Yeah, as long as you're not Charles, you don't have to worry because Charles will never turn on everybody. And yeah, I mean, um, I think so many times and all this other stuff, just having conversations with those weirdos and stuff, or with Diana or everybody else, it's just enough to make you forget everything that's going on, and honestly, it makes you feel better. It really does. We love you too, dude. Everybody. That's what I'm saying. Like I said, I don't think anybody was trying to do anything horrible or anything like that. Concerning, I got faith in my friends, and that's the best I can say. I got faith in my people. My people make fuck up sometimes, but in the long run, they're pretty good about fixing those fuck ups, and I have faith in every one of them. Albeit, hey, oddly enough, every single time I have to build back that little friends thing or whatever like that, um, it's fucking much stronger when it comes back. Yeah, and that's what you'll find out too. The one thing that's always constant is change. It's always change, and some people they come, some people they go. And if you think about it real hard and carefully, even though some of them seemed like they had gone or whatnot, some of them weren't around because they didn't have really a choice. Like for a while, it seemed like I was gone because I was in the troll farm and I was doing this and I was that. Well, that was really like I was kind of not allowed in, Prop and Snee and all them other people places. So it's like I couldn't find y'all for a while because hell, the people weren't letting me in those places. But nah, it's don't take it personally. Just yeah. And I am a hypocrite when it comes to that because I will tell people to take it and all this other stuff, but then you'll hear stories about me telling the whole group of come like 300 people like you're dead to me. That's different. I told them all I'm like you're fucking up right now. They knew it well in advance. It wasn't a misunderstanding. They literally knew that war was coming and picked their side. And I always try the same thing. I'm like, if you're betting against me, that's not a fucking wise bet. Because as far as I know, as far as my entire life's been concerned, anything and everything, no matter how hard it is, I might come out looking as weak as fucking possible or beating the shit mentally and everything else. But I always come back. And I mean, I kind of set it up to where it was like a whole long run kind of bullshit. So when they're thinking they won the fight and all this other stuff, I'm like, all right, boys, ready for round two? Like, what? Oh, come on. You didn't do that. Was enough to get rid of me. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I thought it was, but God's got a fucked up sense of humor. I was on a spare account, the one I use now, which is what I'm using right now. I had destroyed my main account. I had like 6 subscribers or some shit. I was only doing it live because I just wanted to rant and nobody was here anyways. So as I'm sitting there just doing all this and shit, the only people watching me are fucking a couple members of Lurking Troll Farm, I assume. And oddly enough, of all people, randomly shows up in my chat as a way to. And then me and her had a conversation for like 3 hours. It was Diana, who I barely knew at the time. I don't know how she got the account name. I think maybe she just saw me under the account one time when we were having a conversation and then friended it when I was talking to you guys. And for whatever reason, she was just sitting there and we just chatted and chatted and chatted. And it was like over 3 hours till damn near in the morning. And as soon as she had to go, I ended the live and I looked at myself and I'm just like, God damn it. I'm like, I can't be yet. This fucking sucks. It always comes down to the same thing. It's like, do you have anything else you feel like you need to say? Like, is the information that you contain or whatever important in your own mind? Like, not even trying to be narcissistic in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, I have a pretty good understanding about the facts between cases and stuff for both sides. And at this time, better than any other time, I know that there has to be as little biased people around that's willing to literally share the information as a whole to make and show people how to understand what the hell happened here. And somebody's got to be there to say, hey, I don't think that trial was pretty fucking fair. I don't think this was fair. I don't think this was fair. But at the same time, just be like, hey, but I will tell you that there's enough to make me sit there and wonder about Mr. Richard Allen. And that's enough to keep his ass in the fucking prison as far as I'm concerned for the moment. Yeah, I mean, I got a weird, complicated whole opinion on the whole damn thing. But, cause, yeah, I don't want anybody that's possibly, even though I don't feel that way, innocent, to sit in prison for the rest of their lives. But at the same time, I will not have another death on my hands if they get out and do it again. This is why I'm looking on the jury or anything like that. And yeah, but I think he might be involved. I'm sure. Even if I was on the jury, I can't really convict for, I think you did it, boy. No, that's not how juries work. That's not how the system works. The system's flawed and fucked up. And now I got this whole other theory altogether that fucking cops knew about it all fucking along. Yeah, I mean, very soon enough, I need to get a copy of the thing from Amy and shit like that. Because now I have two large pieces of evidence that tells me that fucking the police knew about Richard Allen in 2018 and 2019. Now, if they knew those things back then, what the fuck? And I know what everybody's thinking, like, why would they let him stay out of jail if they knew who he was? Money, motherfucker. Money. And don't tell me it's such a shock to y'all that they would leave that motherfucker out of jail. Did they or did they not have a confession and the evidence that was enough to put Keegan Klein away for 50 plus years, but they let him back on the streets for almost over 3 years? Did they or did they not? So obviously it's a system that we've seen them fuck up. And if you look at the economy levels and shit of Carroll County and all, I hate saying it, but the area as a whole greatly fucking benefited from those murders being unsolved. Because if 2017 comes in 2017, it's not over yet, but they already have an arrest and a conviction, and he's in prison, then you don't have the softball field, and you don't have the economy and shit. And now I'm not the only one person that thinks the same as me. I don't know if they were listening to my live or what, or they finally figured out the same general realization after they looked at it to the paperwork and stuff. Because once we see Kathy Shank looking up and printing out something with Richard Matthew Allen's name on it in 2019, y'all. Remember, they lost tip. They told us when they found the tip again and shit. Remember, right? This was when Keaton Klein had them digging through the Wabash, right? If that's the case, and here I am talking about Delphi again. Fuck. If that's the case, then what the fuck is she printing out in 2019 with Richard Matthew Allen's name on it? Something's not right here, though. And that's why the feds are there. I know more about that, too, but I'm going to shut the fuck up about that because I'm not going to get myself in any trouble. Something's going on. In my best thought, maybe they milked the crime for money. And that really doesn't involve the crimes themselves, believe it or not. It just involves the way that the crimes were investigated. And that involves Flora and Delphi. And you notice as soon as they moved Richard Allen out of state, what did they do? FBI went to fucking Florida, didn't they? And like I said, I knew about a month in advance some shit was about to happen in regards. They didn't tell me what. I just knew something was going to happen. And then within 3 to 4 weeks of being told something's going to happen, next thing I hear is Richard Allen's being moved to Oklahoma. Like, okay, that's odd. But then when you look up the postal runnings of the prison and stuff like that, you start to see federal links. So it's almost like they wanted to put him in a federal friendly area, almost in a way to protect him. So when I saw that, I was like, that makes perfect sense. And then all of a sudden, I turned around, but days, a couple days even, after the Richard Allen thing, and what am I seeing? All these reports that fucking FBI just appeared in fucking Florida. And I'm like, okay, I knew you said some shit was about to happen. I got to tell my people that some shit was going to happen, but now you're making me look real good right now because everybody's like, Charles, what the fuck? I'm like, I didn't know what was going to happen. I just knew something was going to happen, okay? Don't look at me. And it's what I've been telling everybody along. You can't just sit back and do nothing. You're not going to help anybody, no matter Richard Allen or fucking the girls or whatever. You can't just sit back and do fucking nothing and just let people talk to you. You're not helping anybody. That means you're here for fucking entertainment. Which means I'm not even going to fucking contemplate processing the information or whatever, unless I'm just talking to people regularly. That's what you're going to get. There's a lot of badass fucking researchers and everything else in this case that's been doing a lot of fucking amazing work. Lots of them. And those are the people I reached out to, and I was like, hey, some shit's about to go down. And after the shit already happened, I was given the basic run through that there's quite the possibility that the federal government is taking over parts or Florida as a whole. I'm not sure about Delphi yet. I haven't heard anything about Delphi. But there's only certain instances that the federal... what I knew was right after Richard Allen got sent to Oklahoma, that the FBI magically showed up in fucking Florida. They were not invited in. Remember, y'all, FBI usually gets invited in and shit like that. That's not what happened here. Because remember, Carroll County already kicked them the fuck out. So they just showed up back on their own, like, you need to shut the fuck up and we need to do our job. And then that's when shit... like I said, from what I know, there's at least 3 agencies right now working on the case that are federal agencies. Sometimes I feel like saying them, sometimes I don't. I don't feel like saying them right now. So you're going to have to go dig. But it's not too hard to figure it out. But we're still within the process that it's a possible hate crime. But I'm starting to lean more every single day to the fact of that they're investigating possible corruption in the government, whether it be the local government or more, I don't know. But they're definitely investigating something, not in regards to the crimes themselves, but the ways that the crime were investigated and who did the investigating and who ran and paid for the investigating and all that other shit. Because at first it was the FBI, and then this group would get involved, and then that group would get involved. And once you hear the names and everything else, you're like, oh, you start to get a lot of terrorist vibes. Like, but you got to understand, someone that does something like Flora and shit like that in Delphi, that's a homegrown fucking terrorist, straight up and through and through. So all I can say is, I don't know, even if they did do their investigation, what happened by it, through it all. It's one of those things that we just gotta sit back and see what the fuck happens. I mean, I have a weird little source, which is like I said, sometimes keep randomly reaching out to people. You never know what's gonna happen. So no, I don't take any credit or anything like that for any of that stuff. It's more like we all should have been doing this already. So when I came up with the idea in the first place, doing this, I'm like, well, what's the worst they can say? No. So what's the big deal, right? And that's how everybody should feel. I mean, when I reached out to CBS's management and shit to find out more about all kinds of different things about Richard Allen's job, worst they could say. The phrase I lived by is, all you can do is ask, and the worst they can say is no. But if they don't say no, you never know what's going to happen. And I could just go through the breaks in all kinds of cases and shit that we've seen through time, and that's where it came from. Somebody reaching out and just being a pain in the ass and asking questions. Make sure you have your shit together and all this other stuff when you do, because if they do say yes, you got to send it also. And I know a lot of people here in this community want these things solved. They want me to help the victims and stuff like that. That's why I keep telling everybody, keep trying. Don't give up. If you keep fucking bugging people, you're going to find, hopefully, the right one to do so. Sometimes you just get lucky, too. The one thing I will say in regards to Delphi and Flora, it's sickening, but I'm not saying they meant to do it. I want to make that clear, allegedly. But the area as a whole made a lot of fucking money off these cases. A lot of fucking money. I was able to go in multiple local area businesses and everything else and see the actual jump in the economy and stuff. And that's why I made a live not too long ago that says the scary truth or possibility or something like that. And that is, how long till cops and stuff figure out that if they just want their economies to go bigger and better, that all they have to do is let a horrible crime like this go unsolved. Now, once again, I'm not saying that's what happened here, even though a lot of people are starting to back me up on that whole being called the cops were milking the cases. And I don't think I could have came up with a better word. So I thank you, Patrick, aka Sleuth of Intuition, for saying that. I think he was watching my live before that, because when he knew it was me that came in there, that's when he brought it up right then and there. He was, I don't know if the cops were milking it. I'm like, that's the word I was looking for at the time. But yeah, you'd be amazed. People on all sides and shit are watching, and sometimes that's enough in itself too. Because if they're watching you because they're afraid that you're going to do something fucked up or something like that, you never know. They could also be paying attention to what you have to say. And honestly, just chilling with the innocent people and stuff, and sharing my facts and all this other stuff has led to a lot of people changing stances on things and all this other stuff. And I just feel like everybody should be given all the information. Then that's when you make a decision on the information as a whole. And the problem is, if you go around Delphi to these lives and shit like that all over the place, and just talk to the people in the chats and stuff, you can see the bias in their responses because they will have information all about their side, but not know a fucking thing about the other side. You'll hear words like, "There's no evidence that links Richard Allen." I'm like, that's not true. There's not much, but there's still some. What do you mean, Carlos? I'm like, okay, if I was the cops, within 3 weeks after Delphi murders, you should have had Richard Allen in your interrogation room, just for a conversation at least. Upon doing so, then you learn he kind of has a gun, he kind of has this, he kind of has that. And yeah, there's a lot of circumstantial things, weak circumstantial things, mind you. But that's what circumstantial evidence does. It's supposed to pile up to tell a story, even if it doesn't have all the answers to the story. It's still, you pile it up, and it tells you a lot of information you didn't have. And upon doing that, um, we would have had access to the car's brain, Richard Allen's car's brain. The car's brain would have completely counteracted his change of timeline. Remember, he told Doolin one time, apparently, that's what Doolin said, and then changed it. Well, the car's brain, just like in the Murdoch case, would have been plenty enough to show and tell us that whether or not the fucking car was there and what time. But because for whatever reason, they could not do the world's most easiest thing for cops to do, that they are the best at, locating and identifying vehicles, a large, massive piece of evidence that could have been used as damn near a smoking gun in the trial, we no longer have access to because it got overwritten. And it's fucked up because this case is all kinds of fucked up without all this bullshit. But it's like, how many fucking mistakes you guys gonna make? And we're just gonna go, they're just stupid. It's okay. No, I don't. Nope. No, sir. You're supposed to have to go through damn near college level classes and shit to be a homicide decision or really detecting even. And the fact that I, out of all the cases I've worked on and shit like that, as I was talking to the cops would tell me in interviews and shit basically what the hell they had to go through to learn what they needed to be a good cop. And that's what those classes and all that start. You know, it gets you in that good mentality and all this other shit from when you could be there to actually fucking save the world. Awesome. Nothing wrong with that. But yeah, I just feel like people need to take more responsibility for their own actions. And I'd like to know if those two pieces of evidence put Richard Allen there in 2017 and 2019. Well, fuck. What's the reality here? It's not helping the situation either. I mean, on top of the fact that, we think Liggett lost a fingerprint. And all that DNA at the crime scene and nobody tested all of it. Like, how you going to tell me Richard Allen wasn't there? Blake Holder wasn't there? Fucking Patrick Westfall. You've got evidence all over the fucking place. You left the sticks out there. They had DNA on the sticks. But what happened? It was contaminated by the weather. Because y'all dumbasses left that shit out there. It's fucking terrifying how fast a group of police force that, on top of that, had help from the ISP there, as well as many other law enforcement agencies. I would rather think that there's some weird fucking freaky case of corruption going on than think that any cop in any area is that fucking dumb. That leaves a bad fucking taste in my mouth. I don't like it whatsoever. You know, I heard a long time ago that cops above a certain IQ level will usually not be hired. But yeah, you're too smart, you can't be a cop. You're too dumb, you can't be a cop. Yeah. I mean, I can only be honest with how I feel about certain aspects of the case and all that concerned. The fact is that nobody seems to like those aspects, and I don't pick them. I don't choose them. They're actually as such. Um, Anybody got anything or whatever they would like to talk about or any questions? I know a lot of shit about a lot of true crime cases, so if anybody has anything they'd like to ask, they can go ahead. Yeah. Uh, I still gotta clean up the living room here and who I told you shit and shit like that. And yeah, it's been busy the past few days. And I go check on my little home slice over there, Diana, and make sure that she didn't take offense to me just being over here doing my own thing. Because, sometimes Charles just needs to sit by himself and just chill. You don't mean I hate anybody. It's just like I want to just chill. But, like I said, I'll give it another minute or two or whatever and smoke a cigarette and wait and see. I don't know anything in regards to the confessions of Ron Logan and Keegan Klein. As I was told tonight, I have not yet gone through all that. I've already had people asking me about how I feel about the whole thing, and I'm just like, I don't have an answer for you right now. And honestly, I'm not going to have an answer until I'm prepared. And I'm a pretty blunt asshole. So you best believe if there's anything weird about it or whatever, I'm going to be the first one to lock onto that shit. But yeah, I tend to take confessions with fucking a grain of salt. I know a lot of people would say, but Charles, the box cutter was talked about in the confession. All right, we've already established the link that back in March 2017, Ron Logan had told multiple people, including the police, that he was out there with a box cutter working on his fucking fence. Boom, there's your box cutter. Let's eliminate that bullshit from whatever it is and just think to ourselves, what else is there, which I don't know, as I haven't, been involved in any of it. But I think many too many people, I don't want to jump the gun. This is, I'm not sure about it, so I have no idea. It'd be awesome if somebody here had information from it. Um, Certain aspects of it, it just don't sit right with me because King Klein's a fucking idiot. So if he's putting the putting sticks on the victims, how is he figuring out what rooms to use and this and that? And why were they using this thing at all if that's the case? It's like weird fucking questions that until I know better, I just can't answer them. And that's why I got to break down everything like I do, piece by piece by piece, and see if that story just jives with the next part, and then the next part, and the next part. But I'm guessing there's no questions. Nobody want to come up or anything. So you guys have a great night. Love you all. I hope everybody's okay. I don't know if you're there happy or not, but I always get your back. So yeah, Diana, if you're there, I love you too. I love everybody, and I gotta be in my own safe side or whatever like that because I can see it at an angle to where nobody like Diana can get hurt and nobody like Heavy can get hurt. That's just how it goes. So everybody have a great night. Wish me luck because I have multiple flights. Oh, you just now walking in, Hoosier? But yeah, I got a flight tomorrow at 4:45. It's gonna take till 11 something for me to get to fucking Oregon. I don't know if Diana's still fucking live. So I'll probably head over there if you want to head over there, Hoosier. I was just talking about random shit in here. Yeah, I wasn't even talking really about true crime at all for a while there. I was just randomly just bullshitting. But yeah, I'm gonna probably go over there myself because I don't want Yeah, Abby probably went to sleep by now, but if she did, that's awesome too. But yeah, it's just you know how it is as Delphi turns. I just wanted to sit somewhere and just not have to talk about Delphi for a little bit. That's all. I'm excited and happy and everything. I'm going on a trip, but I had to say goodbye to a lot of my friends and stuff here. And you fell asleep on a prop as one should, as one should. I was in there and I said hi, and I got banned. But to be honest with you, I did think I was going to get banned for saying hi, so I did come and say hi for that reason. Because I'm an asshole, I'm an asshole, I'm an asshole. But yes, my friend, I will see you over there. You know, who's there's a million different ways to get a hold of me if you want. And yeah, any questions about Delphi or whatever like that is all your answer. Well, I sometimes don't like to talk about Delphi. Yeah, I'm going to have to answer a few questions because that's one thing I should be good for. Yeah, I will be fine. It will be great. Honestly, it's going to be a lot of fun. And everybody have a great night. Please take care and stay safe. And trust me, the next time you will probably see me, I will not be alone. I have a pretty little blonde, a little tiny, cute little red brunette with me. And it's going to shock everybody because you'll be like, what? Diana and Charles are in the same room? That's crazy. It's going to be awesome. And we got some awesome Epstein shit coming up. Like I said, we even got a debuting. Honestly, I think I get him up here enough, and he starts talking. He's gonna get so used to it, he won't shut the fuck up. That's how I feel. Because since the moment I took his call earlier and shit, and I heard his voice for the first time. I heard it a bunch of times since then. So, like I said, I'm over here making creatives for y'all. Y'all should be proud. Mr. Dino will be joining me, Diana, and Nicole. The Epstein files, everyone. Which, if you're paying attention to, holy shit, the Attorney General's a fucking pedophile, guys. The President's a pedophile. Everybody's a fucking pedophile. I'm going to need a bigger island of wood chippers. That's how I feel. Yes, sir. But everybody have a great night. Please stay safe. And don't go to bed hating, okay? Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Woo!